We're back! Episode 2. Patch Notes. A weekly roundup of everything that we've gone through. This week we have GT350R, ZL11 Elite, Viper ACR, ZR1, GT.
Great lineup.
Almost great. We got a bad one in there. We'll get to that later. First, we're out, obviously, in the garage. It's a little chilly. I made myself something. Betty Crocker, I believe, has come out with a line of what I can only assume is the best mug cake ever. So we're going to test it.
Little soggy for you, huh?
Unbelievable. It's like gum.
So, had I knew this before, I would have warned you. Do like 3/4 the amount of liquid it wants you to do.
It's like
cook it for 10
paste.
seconds longer.
Delicious. I've got tears in my eyes. Oh my god, it's like a brownie but a chocolate chip cookie. I'll work on that throughout the episode. Holy fuck. Oh, it's hard to get down. So as we said, first one on the list, GT350R. Currently, best Mustang out there. You know, I'm gonna keep working at this. Nürburgring time. Since we talked about all the other stats, but we'll just do a refresh. 526 torque, 526 horsepower, 429 torque. Respectable numbers.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Now that I think about it, where did they get the 350 from? Remember that was back for the original one.
I think it was probably back for the original. I had like 350 horsepower or something like
That'd be crazy, because that's 1960.
that. Yeah. But still, that...
We don't know.
Whatever.
We don't know dick. Alright. Good numbers. I know it's bad to eat, but it's strangely addicting. Because it doesn't leave your mouth. Okay. It's Nürburgring time. Was 7:32. If we remember from last week, the GT Mustangs, the regular one, did it in 8:01.
Yeah.
So, 30-second gain. Nice! Good on it.
Not that track package.
Yeah, it's got that big wang. No, tiny wang. Little wang. No, I mean, we got some big wangs on here. We got the Viper and the ZR1. That's fucking wang.
Yeah.
BBW. Wait, no, that already means something. No, I meant big black wang.
Don't worry.
No, my bad. Okay. YouTube, don't hate us. Its competitor, ZL11 Elite, bigger wang than the 350R. Better car, bigger wang. I don't know what the ZL1's Nürburgring time is. I didn't look that up. But the 1LE, the track monster, did it in 7:16. Faster than, god damn, this is so thick. Faster than the Mustang by almost 20 seconds. 16 seconds to be exact. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
17? I can't do that. I don't
Whichever.
Really good car. One of my favorite facts about the ZL1 Elite and the ZL1 in general, this generation of Mustang, is that 70% of the car is original to itself. So that means like the dash, the door panels, the switches, they're all made for that car.
Yeah.
Which, in our line of work, we see tons of makes of cars, and whenever we get like a Kia or a Hyundai or a...
Or like we were discussing the other day, the Acura NSX to the Honda Civic.
Yeah, fuck the Acura NSX. They all have like the same, you can find a lot of the same things. Well, we're talking about the Honda and the NSX. We'll probably get to that car eventually, but when the NSX came out, it came out with the exact same infotainment system as a Honda Civic. And that bugged the shit out of me. I'm not paying no $200,000 for no god fucking damn
Civic.
Civic. Bitches. I don't give a good goddamn. Yeah, Toto's gonna keep saying that. If it's mid-engine, change it up. You're Acura. You're not Honda. So good on the ZL1.
Yeah.
Being original. Good for it. I don't know how original the Mustang is.
I couldn't tell you. I've never been in a 350R.
We've been in a GT. I imagine it's pretty much the same, but I don't know if a regular Mustang shares a lot with other birds. Dude, what if you got in a GT and it's the same fucking thing as a fucking... I know it's not, but like, what if you got in and just like, hey, this is a Mustang. That'd be awesome. That'd make that car even better.
For the GT.
Yeah. Two real good cars. They're direct competitors, right? They're both in that $50,000 range, 50, 60, 70-ish. Because the Mustang you won't be able to find for less because it's so rare, and the ZL1 1LE is, I'm pretty sure, 70 grand ish. Both great buys. ZL1 1LE stats are 650, 650. Very, very good. So that's where it gains a lot of that time on the Mustang. Just since they're both already so aerodynamic, it has more power. It has the supercharger on it. That's where. Viper ACR and the new kid on the block, Corvette ZR1. Most people considered compared the Z06 and the ACR because those were the ones that were out, but now we got the ZR1. Viper ACR's track time. No surprise. Almost 7 minutes flat. 7:01. Holy shit. Good car. In fact, almost every racetrack in America, it has the lap record. Until Porsche came out with their 911 GT2 RS, which is I found out, a 700 horsepower Porsche 911 track beast. So, good on the Viper for keeping up. There's no way there was going to be something that crazy. Sadly. Those little Germans and their little wrenches and their fucking measuring, getting us every time. Anyways, the Viper is at 645 horsepower, 600 torque. Really good, but less than the ZL1. But the reason it beats the ZL1 is because it's so much lighter, so much more aerodynamic. If you look at the shape of a Viper and you look at the shape of a Mustang, obviously you know which one's going to be faster.
We'll also give Dodge that. They're pretty good at building cars for a specific reason, like the Demon.
Oh, yeah.
Straight line.
Yeah. Viper can turn. Like if Dodge can figure out what it wants to do with the car, it will do only that and nothing else. So they did it with the ACR, and in fact, all the Vipers have, in their time period, have their own records. Like, every time a Viper has come out, it has set a record on a lap on a racetrack. So very good on that. Sadly, it's gone. Maybe it'll come back. Who knows? ZR1, we don't have a lap time for. Chevrolet has not set a specific lap time around the Nürburgring. Technically, as some people are saying, they're just waiting for the right time, blah, 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 who cares? If I had to estimate, I'd say it'd be at least, it'd be 7 minutes or less. Because on the Laguna Seca, I messed this up in the video, I apologize. It is 2 or 3 spots below the Viper ACR. But ACR did like 128 and the ZR1 did like 130, 131. So a few seconds slower, which is a lot. But it's got so much power, and to be honest, if someone drove the Viper or the Corvette, maybe they're a bit more comfortable with it, did it again and again and again. Maybe they could get a better time, who knows. But very good car. I think it would be at least on par with the Viper ACR. It is a little bit more expensive, but it's a lot more comfortable to drive in the ACR. So you're trading that raw performance for daily drivability.
Yeah, but to be fair, you also get a little more horsepower and torque out of the ZR1.
Yeah, which is interesting that it is still an easier car to drive.
Yeah.
And then, to round up this list, the Ford GT. Now, holy fucking shit. So, it also has not run Nürburgring time. I have a time right here. It was estimated to run a 740, which I think that's too slow. As I talked about in the video, hopefully it's still available. As of us recording this, we might have some issues with that, so we'll maybe go over some information. A magazine called High Octane or high octane something and something. They released a kind of guess. They said that they would estimate that the GT would run a 740 on the Nürburgring. I don't like the GT, but I still think it'd be faster than that. It's still got 647 horsepower, it's got 550 torque, and it only weighs 3,100 pounds, 3,000 pounds, somewhere in there. It's very light.
I guess you could say it does have some aerodynamics to it as well.
Oh, yeah. It's probably the flattest car on this list and everything like that. It's real slippery, it's got all the holes to let all the air transfer through. Who knows, maybe the brakes aren't good enough, since I assume this, sadly I didn't look into it, but I assume that the magazine has tested the car a bit, had its own chance to drive it and things like that, so maybe they don't think that the brakes are as good or the turning is as where it
sufficient.
Should be. Yeah. Maybe suspension's not where it should be, things like that. So maybe they just guesstimated on its times around other courses. That'd be somewhere in 740. Interesting fact, it came out in 2017, so there's a 2-year gap between the ZR1 and the GT. But the ZR1 has beat the GT in every single racetrack that they have both competed on. All of them. What is the price difference between those two? 150 grand for a ZTK package Corvette, so that's the one with your big wang and everything. And so that's the real race one. And then Ford GT comes at 500 grand. That is a difference of $350,000. And you get more power, and you get more torque, and you get faster lap times.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not as exclusive, but who cares about exclusive? What's the word? Exclusivity. There we go. Got it. Fuck you. When you just have a better car. I think the only time when it starts to come to like that is when you really have something special, like a 1950s Ferrari something or something like when you get to those really, really truly hard to find cars, or if you're getting higher up to get you to like your Bugattis and stuff like that.
Or like a Koenigsegg.
Yeah, like those truly, truly special cars. Not to say that the Ford GT isn't special, it's just not special enough.
Fair enough, they've got some history with like the original GT 40 Mark II back in the 60s when there was the whole Ford Ferrari
Don't bet that's it.
debacle. But after they did the second generation of it back in like 2004 to 2006, it just kind of didn't live up to its history.
Do it. Tell me more. Yeah, and as we'll probably talk about, I think we talked about in last patch notes, and as we talk about later on and everything, the industry just isn't driven by racing anymore. During when Le Mans was really big and everything, or F1 was really big, all the technology that was made then always trickled its way slowly down to your average day vehicles, and that's kind of stopped. Not to say that racing isn't still big, it's just not as big. It doesn't drive the industry anymore. The industry is driving itself, and racing is just happening alongside it. That's more what we're trying to say. So, even the GT's got all that cool history with Le Mans and everything, that doesn't matter as much anymore. What matters is, can it beat other cars? And as of right now, it can't. Sure, it can beat the other three. Actually, the only other two, I believe, the Viper ACR also beats it. So it beats the Mustang and the Z01, but by how much? If it was estimated to have a 740, it actually still loses. I think it'd be at least 7. At least. And it'll only be 16 seconds faster than a $70,000 car.
Well, to be fair, the GT350R came with a V8, no EcoBoost V6.
That's true. Even the Mustang came with V8. Why couldn't they do that for the fucking cool car?
Yeah, I know they were all hyped for it, but that's the same engine that comes in their F-150s.
Yeah. Except they get an extra turbo.
Yeah, to be fair.
So, oh well. If I were to pick a favorite out of this list, I mean, the correct choice here is ZR1. That's the correct choice. But I'd probably still go Viper ACR because it's just so ridiculous and like raw and just crazy. And V10.
Yeah, but
4 more cylinders than GT. 4.
I'm gonna do my old. I've got a soft spot for Mustangs. They've just got so much of a raw history around them. Even though it's like the slowest on the list, I don't care. 350
Hey,
RS
hey, it
has
might
such
not be
fun.
slowest. If the GT does a 740, it's faster. It's faster. It can happen. So all good cars, all solid cars, even if they cost $500,000.
More or less.
So now then, I'd like to get into, as soon as we do our roundup, I'd like to get into what we're gonna do next week. Next week I was thinking, unless you want to do something else, I have two ideas. Either we do two-door low-end sports cars. So I have a list. I got the Miata, I got BRZ, I got 370Z, I have M2, and Audi TT. Now there's a little bit of a difference there. Miata, BRZ are pretty much rivals, and we basically go higher up as the list goes on. So it goes like Miata's the lowest, right? That's the cheapest one out of this group, or roughly it's about the same as BRZ, but it's got the least amount of horsepower, lowest on the group, things like that. And we got the BRZ, which is slightly better. And then we got the 370Z. Better than that, starts at like 300-ish horsepower. And that might switch with the Audi TT, because the Audi TT makes 220, the current one out makes 220 horsepower.
But it rings in at like 60 to 70,000.
Yes, it does. And if you get the TT RS, you will get an $80,000 car.
Yeah.
So that it starts at I believe it starts at $40,000, and you can get it all the way up to 80. You can double its price. So I imagine it's pretty quick. Imagine it's real nice to drive.
Yeah.
And it's got all-wheel drive. 370Z does not. And then for the top of the list, we got the M2, which comes in at 400 horsepower and roughly $60,000. So I like that idea. Or I'd like to do kind of like luxury sedans. So I'm thinking M5, I'm thinking CTSV, I'm thinking Lincoln Continental. What else is there?
Like a Buick Regal. Or...
Could do that. That'd definitely be the low end, but it'd be interesting to have that on there. Could also do something as far as like Bentley or Rolls Royce, but I think that's a different class.
Yeah,
These
that's high end luxury.
Yeah. These would be cars that are really good. These are like your entry level luxury cars. Now the M5 are all the way up to like what is it, the M7? Like those are definitely very expensive, but it's still a BMW versus a Rolls Royce. There's still a line to be crossed there. Or instead of the CTSV, because that's the sports car, but it's a sports sedan. We could do the CT6, which is Cadillac's been revamped. It's their new really, really luxury sedan. But who knows? We'll decide. We might do the 2-door. Probably do 2 doors. Maybe a little bit more exciting. But I also would like to see give information on if you were to think about getting a nicer sedan and things like that, what the options are. Since that's what singled out's going to be. It's always going to be explaining the goods and bads, pros and cons, and why you should get a certain vehicle if you want it. Like these are the reasons. If this is the kind of car you want, here's a list of 5 cars that are in that category.
Yeah, it's not really a you shouldn't buy this car or you should buy this car. It's more of a don't buy the Ford GT. No, definitely not. It's more of like a list of like, here's the good and bad about it. Make your decision on that if you're in that market. If not, it's just fun facts.
Yeah, and sure, it'll be very biased as I'm the one that does research, and I got some opinions about some stuff that needs to be said. So everything will have to be taken with like a grain of salt kind of thing. These are just what an average day person should think about when getting a car like this.
And some of this also has a smidgen, maybe a bit more of our own opinions tied into it. As you've noticed with the Ford GT.
Some people might really like it. I like the old one, like the one from like 2004, 2005. That was a cool car, V8.
Yeah, that one looked nice.
Yeah. This one got the new one got a little crazier and everything, but I just don't like that twin turbo V6. I just don't like it. It's a Ford. I mean, to be honest, that's like says something. It's an American sports car.
Should have a V8.
Yeah, at this point, it's a failed American exotic. I would say that the Ford GT kind of failed, especially with all that John Cena stuff. It was John Cena, right?
Yeah.
All that stuff was him like getting in a whole huge debacle or trying to sell his car and not being allowed to, and Ford sues him and sues the dealership that bought it. Like, who fucking cares?
I feel like if they wanted to go like a crazier route with the GT, like they were trying to kind of go, they should have done something like a V10 or a V12.
Definitely. They could have definitely done something like that. Because they were definitely like, just from the looks on it, if you see the car, you go like, whoa, look at that wicked looking car.
Yeah.
And then you go, F-150 motor. Not cool.
Yeah.
If this was Top Gear, if we had a cool wall, it'd be on the uncool side. Way over on the uncool side. Besides that, so, if anyone also, not like anyone's gonna say anything, but if anyone does want to say anything, if you have an idea for maybe a two-door sports car, we're going a sports car with this. We're definitely these are definitely your low-end sports coupes kind of thing.
Yeah.
These are cars that maybe aren't the most powerful, but they're definitely fun to drive.
Not the most expensive, but they are up there kind of in price.
Yeah, some of these obviously can be, but like your Miata. What does that start? It starts at like 22 grand or something, 25 grand. Same with your BRZ. So these are you want, and these are definitely your entry level to your Corvette and stuff like that. Like you start here and you work your way up to the really, really cool cars. Maybe you save it, you pay it off, and you upgrade. Things like that. That's what these cars are kind of. These are definitely your entry level. Or maybe you're just fooling yourself and you think your Miata can fucking take everything on the road because it's two doors and it can be a convertible. So, you know.
So again, you got a suggestion for a car, toss it at us. Maybe you got a suggestion for an entire like class.
Yeah.
Toss it at us.
Do whatever you fucking want. News. There's news in the world. Did you know?
I did not.
Yeah. This just in. Don't let that fucking sit at all. It's bad. Not good. Goddamn.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Adam Posh's sponsor us. Hey, maybe. We like your stuff. We like it. Shit, that fucked up. I don't think that's been up the whole time. Throw Killer, good machine. Detail spray, great product. Adam, sponsor us. Thank you. Recent news. This just it. Tesla. This is not just it. This is like week old. At least this one is. Tesla has just come out saying that they have the NHTSA whatever, the safety organization, just ruled Tesla Model 3 as the safest sedan out there right now, which good. And that also coincides with Tesla has the best sales for the Model 3. They're still counting as luxury sedan kind of thing because it's still in that like 50 grand. They say that they're going to drop down to 35 one day, but not yet. So safest car and also most sellingest car. If we do actually luxury sedans, we could also add the Model S in there.
It might be a good one to tie in there too.
Yeah, have something different.
It's got some decent speed to it as well.
It's a little different. So maybe we'll do that. So just kind of proving that even though Tesla's having all these issues with their CEO and all this fucking bullshit going on with the stock market,
it doesn't affect their actual cars at all.
They're still great cars. And who knows, maybe one day we'll all be driving one. I wouldn't.
Who knows?
I wouldn't mind. This also another interesting item is Ford layoffs. So, Mr. President, war with China, tariffs, all this taxes and bullshit happening. Everyone's in a big who's got the biggest stick match right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna tariff you $2 billion.
early
Fuck you.
1900s all
I'm
over
gonna tariff you $3 billion, bitch. Go eat a cock.
Speak softly.
Fucking the president of China really going at it. And well, at first people were like, "Oh, this is gonna like, fuck, every car's gonna be super expensive now." That shit. Don't worry about that. That hasn't quite happened yet. But what has happened is the Ford dealerships, or not Ford dealerships, Ford factories and stuff are now having to do forced layoffs because of they can't keep up with the cost of having to import everything and things like that. Because I mean, obviously, not every single part of every single vehicle of America is made in America and refined in America and blah 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 blah. That'd be expensive.
Even in our line of work, we see most of these cars that come into the dealership are like we'll have the engine made in Mexico or the transmission made in Canada or something like that.
They're all just like everything's made somewhere else and just comes together in one spot. So that's kind of something that's like, that kind of sucks. Hopefully things will clear up soon. Hopefully those people find their jobs. Blah blah blah.
Who knows? Maybe they can get a job at Dodge.
Maybe. Dodge is doing real well. But poor Ford. First they like cut half their line of cars. Now they cut half their workforce. Can't even make a good exotic. Fuck. Ford, get your shit together. The one saving grace left for them is that GT500. That car better be fucking amazing.
And they got their Raptor, and they're overseas. They got the Ranger Raptor.
Fuck the UK. No. You guys are great. You guys are just lucky. And what? I bet
the cool shit.
I bet the Raptor. I bet the Ranger Raptor won't even do that well there.
Won't know until it comes out.
I mean, like, when you live in an area with like Mercedes-Benz and all that stuff as being more of your standard dealers and Volkswagen and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
why would you get a big old diesel truck?
More of an American market,
I
therefore.
say big. I mean, half-size trucks are now almost full-size trucks, but oh well. But we'll see. See how that pans out for them. Maybe it was a good decision. Maybe they should have just brought it over here to the people that really fucking want it. But no, everyone's gonna go Chevrolet. ZR2. Better truck. Better truck anyways. Fuck Ford. Not sponsored. This I found really interesting. This item was a shit. Was a Honda. It's Honda or Toyota. I can't remember now. Didn't write it down. I think it was Honda. I'm gonna go with Honda. Honda teamed up with a town in Ohio to make what is called a smart intersection. What does that mean? Do you know what that means, Patch?
I'm assuming that they're probably going to make use of, like, maybe weight distributors. That way they can...
No!
like the stoplights and stuff.
In a way. So what smart intersections are, what they're trying to do, which is actually, this is a $2 million investment for one intersection. They did one. What they did to it was they added sensors that could see around corners. Then they added, yes, it was Honda because it was a Pilot. Ha! So what they did was they had sensors in the stoplights that communicated with a little tiny heads-up display on your car. So as you're driving up to the intersection, around the corner, there's some pedestrians walking. Or maybe 100 meters, maybe, it said 100 meters, that's a long ways. So they could detect a red light runner by 100 meters. But anyways, you go up to the intersection, this person's about to just fucking run in the road, right? They didn't push the button, they're just going, right? Yeet! They're gonna make it. Well, now they might actually be able to make it because on your heads-up display, the pole reads the person coming towards and it sends a message to you that has a little pedestrian on it saying, hey, fucker,
slow down.
People are coming. Same for cars. So if the lights start to turn yellow or something, and you're coming up to the stoplight, maybe you won't brake because you're like, it's just about to turn green. I don't need to brake yet. I know it'll be good to go. It'll let you know that there is still one motherfucker who's like, I got this.
Yeah.
I can make it. So it gives you a little car warning and things like that. Now that is a really cool idea, but it gets worse. It gets worse before it gets better, as any good things. They also want to give it an audio warning. I swear to God, if my car tells
Just
me
one more
every
thing to
single
beep at you.
every single fucking time a car is coming by, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
It already beeps at you when you ain't got your seatbelt in. It already beeps at you when your rear view camera comes on.
It beeps at you when you turn the car on. It's pissed just to be on. If you drive a hybrid Honda, it makes noises at you while you brake. In case you're in the
Little
electric mode.
chimes.
Yeah. So they better be careful with how often it beeps. Maybe it can, if it's a smart enough system, it can, maybe it's like the autonomous stuff that's all coming out. Maybe it can make a way that it can like judge what it thinks an actual threat is.
Speaking of autonomous, I think because Honda's got their kind of hand in a cookie jar with GMC, working on a
just GM.
GM. GM working on, what was it, an electric autonomous car? Just a...
Oh yeah, they're working on a full autonomous vehicle. Yeah, they just partnered some.
I think it was like another 2 million or something.
No, it was
like
like
that.
12 billion. They were paying like so many million up front, and then over the next 12 years they're gonna pay several more millions of dollars. Maybe it was just like 50 million. I want to say it was billion. It was a really big number, obviously. but they're going to basically feed money into GM's autonomous drive program because they actually have the best system out right now compared to Tesla. Their autonomous drive and their Cadillac CT6, which is a lesser known Cadillac. Everyone knows the V and stuff like that. The big old CTS-V with the 0.1 engine in it, blah, blah, blah. But they have a car called CT6. And it has, as of right now, October 13th, currently considered the best autonomous drive system out there. It detects lane detections. It has all those lane detections. It can read its other drivers very well. Luckily, it's never had to come up with that age-old question of like, does it take out the group of kids to save yourself, or does it crash into the wall to kill you to save the group of kids, kind of thing in that situation. Because that will always be someone.
Yeah.
Like, what's it gonna choose? It's a computer.
Worry.
It's a computer. I hope it chooses the kids. Motherfucker, I'm gonna have to, like...
Why are they walking on the street?
Why
riding
what are
in
they
that
doing?
Tesla?
What are they doing outside?
Get on a school bus.
Dude, that's the real freaks. Why aren't they playing Fortnite? Aw, shit! Wasn't expecting that! Fucking hate that game. Anyway, that's gonna be our first dislike.
Probably.
I hate Fortnite. Take that.
That's
fuck you.
It's
Hey.
both of us that dislike it though.
Fuck you. But yeah, so that's all the major news right now. We're kind of on the downswing of the year. Probably next biggest news will be McLaren's releasing its new Speedtail car. It's literally called the Speedtail, and they released a teaser photo of it having a very speedy looking tail.
Nice.
So good for them. But that's currently the biggest car release date that's actually like out right now that we're waiting for. Detroit Auto Show and all that kind of stuff will be coming in a little bit later in the beginning of next year. So nothing too crazy should be out right now. Yeah, I think that's it for news. Hopefully we'll try and find some more good topics for next week. But in other news, other shows. We're finally going to be starting detailing from scratch. That show is going to be us working with, or me working with him. It's your brand new car.
I just purchased a 2007 Audi A6.
What does that mean?
Let
Tell
us
us
numbers.
more. Tell us more.
Got that German engineer.
Well, what are your stats?
So it weighs roughly 4,000 pounds. It's got about 350 horsepower because I've got the 4.2 liter V8 in it. It's all-wheel drive. I bought it used, so
What?
should be nothing too serious for us to detail, but
No, it's good. But it's a nice used car, so that means we'll really be able to go through all the steps. Sorry about that, motherfucking animals.
it's got leather seats. Maybe we can show you some leather treatments.
Yeah, and we can investigate leather protectors and stuff. There's a lot of this car that we can investigate, new products and things like that. But for our first episode of Dealing with Scratch, which will be filmed here really soon, we'll probably do a precursor episode and then the actual episode where we're going to start with a budget of $50. You're just getting to detailing, right? You bought a car. You want to clean it, right?
Yeah.
You want to wash it, right?
Get it nice and good looking for the ladies.
So we're gonna see how well we can do that, like, efficiently with the smallest amount of money. So I thought a good price point was $50. Some people might be like, oh, that's a lot, but if you think about it, you got your soap, and we're getting everything. We're getting soap, buckets, sponges, cleaners, and we're just doing the exterior for right now, but we're starting from nothing. So I felt
We're not using anything we have prior.
Yeah, none of this stuff right here, nothing. Not that, and barely that. So we're starting from zero. So anyone that also maybe just buys a new car, buys a used car, things like that, this is a guide that you can follow to also get good results on your own vehicle. But first, I'd like to do an episode where we're going to do like what we're getting and why I picked those as our items. We have 6 or 7 items that we're getting, and there's a specific reason for those. I feel that they are the best, and we'll probably do that either later, hope maybe tomorrow, who knows. I might do that by myself. We'll see. But that should be coming hopefully soon. God damn, I just want it to happen.
I think he's more excited for it than I am.
I just want to clean something. We've been going through a rainy season this week, and fuck, I haven't been able to clean my car for like 2 weeks now. So that's cool.
It's even raining right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, there is a reason why we have beanies and jackets on. It's not because it's warm out. That's for damn sure. So, I think that was a good episode.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I think it should be a good little start.
Yeah. We'll see.
Walk me through some people alongside people who maybe are just starting, because God knows I haven't ever really just gone in depth.
But now you got a car that's worth going in depth on.
Yeah.
That's what matters. I think this was a good episode. If you feel about it. I think we did good.
Pretty good.
Let us know. You let us know. See if we actually did good or not. Who knows? Maybe we fucking suck.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how long this continues. that'll be the deciding factor. So that was last week, and a little intro next week. And I think this is a pretty good place to stop. Of course, this is going to be a little awkward for us as usual, as we're just comfortable in it, finding good stopping points and things like that, not making them awkward, like I am right now.
We'll get better at it.
So, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Any cars you want to see, any detailing things you want to know, comment. We're so small right now that you really have the opportunity to help mold the channel in a way that you like, and a content that you would like to continue to watch. So, let us know. Or maybe just some topics to discuss. Whatever. Let us know. I don't think we need to say it, but, liking and subscribing really does help, blah, 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 blah. YouTube sucks. Fuck them. But they're giving us an opportunity for us to talk to you, so I guess good on them.
Yeah.
But I think that'll do it for today. This has been Patch. What should I call myself? Should I just call myself FD?
Whatever.
Let's just go with FD. I've been FD. That sounds weird. I'm gonna call myself something else. You're never gonna know my name. But I think that'll do it for today. See you in the next video.